everyone and welcome back. Today I'm gonna build my first armored vehicle model, this lovely Revell Sd.Kfz 251 with Wurfrahmen 40 rocket launcher. This rocket launcher was nicknamed Stuka zu Fuß or the Walking Stuka. The kit contains 171 parts and with length just over 8 cm it's the smallest model I've ever made. This is new Revell kit, so it contains colored instruction manual. You can build C version of the half-track with 2 machine guns and, of course, with the rocket launcher. Despite the high number of parts, the build was very easy, maybe with the exception of tracks. You can choose from 2 color schemes, both are from the Eastern Front. I have opted for the grey one. There were 4 sprues in the box, one with main body parts, one with details, one with tracks and wheels, and one with parts for the rocket launcher. I am very satisfied with the quality of plastic parts. All had very nice details and were almost without imperfections. I've had to use some putty gluing these big parts together, but it was nothing horrible. The inner halves of running wheels are molded together, but the outer parts are separate. The solution is very detailed and also easy to build. Whole sprue is dedicated to the Wurfrahmen rocket launcher. Its parts are detailed and thin enough for the scale. Waterslide decals were fine, but more on them later. I have started with the biggest parts, according to the instructions. When you are cutting off parts, don't cut too close to the edge of the part, but rather clean out the cut with a scalpel or some sandpaper. Otherwise, you could damage the part. For small or fragile parts, razor saw is more suitable. For gluing I am using Revell Contacta. It has long pipe for easy application. On the bottom of the hull, big gaps occurred. They wouldn't be visible on the completed model, they would be hidden under the tracks and wheels, but I filled them with putty anyway, just in case. The machine gun shield was too thick for the scale, so I've made new one from a can. It is easy and it helps a lot. And you don't have to buy expensive photo-etched parts. For gluing it, I used super glue, as for all non-plastic parts. Gel is better than liquid because it dries slower and you have more time to position the part properly. For this model I used Revell Aqua colors. I've painted upper and lower part of the hull separately, which was a huge mistake, because when I connected these two parts together, I needed to apply some putty. I've painted the highlights with lighter shade of the base color. When I have finished painting, I have protected the paint job with a layer of clear varnish. I've imitated the texture of wood with acrylic pencils. I've imitated construction of the seat with a wire and glued it with UV activated superglue. After the paint job, I've applied water slide decals. I've used chemicals Mr. Softer and Mr. Setter, which are very helpful. The layer of clear varnish on the decal was too thick, so I had to sand it down with the sandpaper. It was also too large, so I had to cut it off. Finally, I could glue both halves together. I've glued doors in open position. It is more interesting and the interior is more visible. The halftruck carried set of tools. I've used parts from the kits, but I changed their shape a little bit to make them look more realistic. The real vehicle was never clean. So here comes the funny part, the weathering. I've started with the scratches. I've painted rust color on the top of light grey color. This makes the scratches more deep. I like using oil paints for the weathering. You don't need a bunch of expensive weathering products and you can make some cool effects with them. For example, this rusty wash. You can blend or remove oil paints with the enamel thinner. I've painted the dust stains, also using oil paints. The most painful part was painting and assembling the tracks. Firstly, I sprayed them with aluminium color. Then, I've painted the rubber tiles black using paintbrush. And the last step was rusty oil wash. I've also tried to replicate some matte underneath the tracks, but the tracks wouldn't fit, so I had to scrape it off. After assembling the tracks and rocket launchers, the last step was adding snow using putty for walls. So, my first armored model vehicle is finished. I'm quite happy with the result. The Revell kit is very detailed, so you can make very nice model without aftermarket parts. The only part I replaced was machine gun shield. I am also satisfied with the weathering and how interesting the snow on the vehicle is. I certainly recommend this kit. It is not for the absolute beginners because the tracks require some skill and patience, but rest of the kit is really easy to build. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe this channel or share this video. It is for free and it helps a lot. If you have any questions or suggestions, you can write them down into comments. Thank you for watching and see you at the next video.